Welcome to Outrageous Fortunes. I'm Spence, or Resident Moon.
And I'm T, or the T Monster, or Twitch Dad. And this is the show where we record live on Twitch and YouTube, where that's the T Monster, am learning the ways of tarot with the guidance from Spence, a 20-year veteran tarot reader.
During our time together, we turn the cards, read the definitions, and see what patterns reveal themselves. And we might even go down a tangent or two along the way.
So grab your deck. That's deck, D-E-C-K. So grab your deck, an adult beverage of your choice.
Yeah, I got a soda. What do you got?
I have water. Lots and lots of water.
And let's take a deep breath. And let's turn our attention to the cards. I think I am going to add that insert going forward is like, what are you drinking?
What are you drinking?
What are you drinking? Be interesting, God damn it. Sorry.
I wish I could, but I mean, being interesting in the afternoon, I'm not one for day drinking, but okay. We'll just play it as we go.
I mean, what if you have like iced tea or something?
There's that.
Or
there's that possibility. There is that possibility. Okay. I have shuffled my deck. And
I have sorted my deck. Oh, chat. So, because I covered this in the pre-show, but I have a new deck that we're going to play with today. It is the Mystical Manga Tarot deck. The art is by RANN, and the descriptions in the guidebook are by Barbara Moore. I am so excited. It's so pretty, and it was a gift from chat, and I can't.
And I will be continuing my education with Wonderland Shadow Tarot. Now, this is put out by a company called Erethereal, and you can find them on the shop app. You can also find them online. And this is the way they describe the Wonderland Shadow Tarot. Through the looking glass, we descend where shadows twist and truths bend. Embrace the madness, let the light ignite as we dance in the dark and reclaim our sight. Shadow work is a testament to your willingness to embrace the totality of who you are, both the light and the dark. As your journey unfolds, you will discover that the true liberation lies not in avoiding the shadows, but in embracing them with compassion and understanding. Welcome to the shadows. And that is that is my deck.
Okay, so mine is put out by Llewellyn, which that's also there's another card system called the Llewellyn deck, which is another divination type deck that other readers find very very informative. So yeah, just giving that a shout out.
There we go. And at any time, chat, I should say this for both our chat on Twitch and my chat on YouTube. I was going to say, if you all have any questions about tarot and you want to ask Spence, you want to ask me, you want to ask the both of us, what do you think of XYZ? Go on ahead and drop your questions or comments or quotes in chat, and then we can go on ahead and we can make that part of our closing tangent. Just throwing that out there as well. All right. So are we ready to jump on in for today's reading?
Sure. What is your daily card today?
All right, the daily card today, and that's a single one. I go on ahead and I pull that out, and then I flip it over on the horizontal. It is strength, but it is strength reversed. So let us find out what that means. Strength, and this is strength reversed. So I'm just going to read the reversed definition of strength, where it is coward, self-doubt, lack of confidence. The Griffin, this is a major arcana. So the element is fire and the astrology is Leo. I've gotten the strength card before, but I think this is the first time it's been upside down. The Griffin, majestic and fierce, embodies the essence of strength, symbolizing the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity with controlled inner strength. Reversed, the Griffin's presence dims, casting shadows of self-doubt and hesitation. Fear weakens your resolve, leading to a lack of confidence. The reverse strength card warns against surrendering to these doubts. True power comes from within, and even the greatest obstacles can be overcome with trust in yourself. Okay. All right.
And then from the Mystical Manga, if the card is reversed, is there something about someone else that is bothering me?
Hmm.
How is that trait manifested in myself? What are the scariest dragons lurking in my shadows? That's pretty cool.
And
And
that's all it's saying. Okay, interesting.
the, so there's more to it. So divinatory meaning. There are some difficult battles to face right now. The attacks could be from external sources or from your own dark shadow self. These dragons must be faced before you can move on. Either your fears will engulf you, and no one wants that, or you will find strength of character, of mind, of heart, and of soul that outshines anything you've previously imagined. The advice: do your shadow work, look for the parts of yourself that you have denied or deemed unworthy, find the wounds that caused you to think uh, that heal the wound and reclaim part of yourself that you and the world desperately need. And then it says, if reversed, ask and those questions. So the setup is definitely different in this book than other guidebooks that I've used.
Right. Okay. Okay. Um. All right. Okay. So that is the daily read.
Oh, my daily card is the Hanged Man, or the Suspended one.
And
Um,
that was
that is
upright.
number 12 in the High Arcana.
Okay.
Uh, right side up, even though it looks upside down. Um, and so that one is um there's a couple of different meanings. I have my favorite, but sometimes my favorite meaning does not is not what the cards are trying to tell me.
Hmm.
The Hangman has, in centuries past, been considered the card of the traitor, and it makes sense because here the fool takes action based on the work he did in strength, which is the card we just talked about.
That's true.
Um, which usually means turning his back on what his society taught him. He is, at least in one way, a traitor to his people. However, he doesn't flinch or draw back. The fool is committed to doing what he knows in his heart is right for him, regardless of the outcome. With great faith, not in society, but in his own sense of certainty, he gives himself over to the consequences of his actions. He makes himself a martyr, another traditional meaning of this card, to this truth, come what may. Divinatory meeting. Once the action has been taken, all you can do is sit tight. You've done your best by your own beliefs, and now you wait and see. Like a breath taken in and held. There is little movement to it, and it can be maddening. Every instinct urges movement, and yet physical movement is impossible. The mind and the heart are still active, maybe distressingly so. Advice: you've done the thing and you can't take it back. Even though you don't know the outcome, you did the right thing in the moment. Remain still and quiet, employing meditation or prayer to comfort your heart and mind.
Hmm.
Um, so it's a feeling of stuckness, but as a consequence of your actions, it's also a forced change of perception, which is my favorite one.
Okay. All righty then.
Right, but I
Okay.
was going to take out strength and put that out here. There we go. And you said it was strength reversed.
Strength reversed. Yeah.
Okay.
And now, now I am. Now let me see how this looks.
You're fixing that. I have a small tangent because today is May the 5th.
May the 5th. Yep.
Okay. And so we're both familiar with the Star Wars. I consider myself a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. And I have a point of contention with those people who say that May the 5th is the revenge of the 5th.
No, that's the Revenge of
And
the
that is not
Sixth.
so. That is not so.
Yeah.
Today is Return of the 5th.
Return of the Fifth. Okay.
It's Cinco de Mayo, Return of the 5th.
See, I thought it was,
tequila.
and I thought it was May the 5th. The Empire Strikes Back, and then tomorrow is Revenge of the Sixth. So that's what
See,
I thought.
I would go that way, but we're honoring the independence of Mexico.
Right? Exactly.
So it is Return of the Fifth of Tequila, and and then May 6th, Return of the Sixth.
Well, we are good. We
So
are good. Yeah, I'm good to go on my end.
yeah.
And yes, it is.
All right.
It is Cinco de Mayo, as well as the 3 day Star Wars celebration. May the Fourth be with you. There is.
I love that it's Taco Tuesday and it's Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, I didn't even think about it, that it was Taco Tuesday. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Nice. Very nice.
The 7th is the 7th. That's all
Yeah,
there is to it.
yeah.
There's no more to it.
This is only for the original trilogy. Only for the original trilogy. All right.
Yeah.
Are we ready to delve in, because according to this camera, this is as good as it gets.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. So, we're doing a basic 4-card read, and in this 4-card read, we get the situation at hand, the potential objectives that you may be facing, the advice that the deck is going to give you. Yeah, obstacles. Is that what I said, or did I say objections?
You said objectives.
Oh, geez. Yeah, obstacles. So we have matter at hand, the obstacles. We have some advice that the deck may have for you, and then finally the potential outcome. And we went pretty deep last week, because last week we actually incorporated an Oracle deck, which was a lot of fun to play around with.
Yes.
And it really did kind of bring home a lot of the whatever mixed signal I was getting. The Oracle deck helped me over the finish line. I will say that. All right, so here's our first
clarity.
Yeah, it did. Okay, so the first card, we've got that is the Four of Cups. 4 of Cups.
So
everyone.
the 4 of Cups or the 3 of Cups?
Nope, that's the 4 of Cups.
Okay.
As 4. 1, 2, 3, and the fourth one is in his hand.
Ah, gotcha.
And so let's take a look at the 4 of Cups. Upright, it means reevaluation, apathy, contemplation. Reverse would mean awareness, withdrawal, or acceptance. 3 teacups sit together while a fourth stands apart. So there's the 3, and there's the fourth one above. 3 teacups sit together while a fourth stands apart, reflecting a sense of emotional disconnection or dissatisfaction. The 4 of Cups suggests a time of introspection and contemplation, where you may feel indifferent or disengaged from the world around you.
So for the mystical manga, the ennui is so thick around here. It seems like you've been bored forever with no end of the tedium in sight. You aren't happy with what you have. You aren't interested in the offerings from charming ethereal ladies. Apparently, nothing will satisfy you. This isn't always bad. Sometimes, after a string of bad romantic relationships, family squabbles, or friend drama, taking a time out can be just the thing you need. The advice takes some time if you need it, but probably you've been out of commission long enough. Open your eyes and look around and grab some of life's goodness.
So that is the current situation. All right. All right, so that's the current situation. We're now turning over the next card, which is the obstacles. And the obstacles are the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles. Okay.
This handsome man.
So I'm getting a lot of new cards that I've never gotten before. So that's always exciting.
Excellent.
Ads are starting in about 40 seconds. So I'm going to get to my definition before we disappear off. Okay. So the King of Pentacles. Upright, it means discipline, patriarchal, masculine provider. All right, here we go. A regal figure holding a clock with authority sits on a throne surrounded by the symbols of prosperity. The King of Pentacles represents mastery over the material world, leadership, and the ability to create lasting wealth. This card symbolizes the power to build and maintain stability, offering guidance and support to those who seek it. Lead with wisdom, generosity, and a commitment to creating a secure and prosperous future.
And then on my side, the King of Coins is extremely practical and values end results, bottom lines, and quality. Although he has an appreciation for the finer things in life, he doesn't expect them to be handed to him. He can be generous, but he always considers which donations or gifts would have the most impact. His experience and skill are generally turned towards serving the greater good or a larger organization. I can talk.
Feeling a
The
little tongue-tied
advice.
myself.
The advice. Carefully assess your resources and invest them wisely. Value good work, but don't purchase above your means.
This is a tricky one. Again, it doesn't feel as yeah. Okay, so we've got
Cohesive.
situation. Yeah, situation at hand. Obstacles. So the obstacles would be leadership or what does it say?
Being too generous.
The obstacle would symbolize the power to build and maintain stability, offering guidance and support to those who seek it. Lead with wisdom, generosity, and a commitment to creating a secure and prosperous future. Okay. That's the obstacle. All right. Okay. So now we get to the advice from the deck itself. This is the advice the deck is going to give. And we flip it over and oh my God, we've got the Queen of Pentacles.
Ooh.
So we got the King of Pentacles and then back to back with the Queen of Pentacles. And considering how I cut the deck and flip it around and all this stuff, that's interesting. That's really interesting. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles. Nurturing, feminine provider, business oriented. Reversed, it would mean work home conflict, materialistic, or I ain't saying she a gold digger. She's just hanging with the bro. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead. Get down. All right. Here we go. Queen of Pentacles. A regal figure cradling a clock with grace represents the Queen of Pentacles, embodying nurturing practicality and the mastery of the material world. This card symbolizes the ability to create abundance and stability through care and attention to detail. The Queen of Pentacles encourages you to cultivate your resources, nurture your surroundings, and find balance between work and home. I mean,
and from the mystical manga, the Queen of Coins knows that comfortable and beautiful environments help people be their best selves. She is the master of quote unquote do it yourself and turning trash into treasures. If there is joy to be found in making a gourmet meal out of a few eggs and a potato, she will find that joy and serve a wonderful dinner, complete with the lovely place settings. With her, no matter the project, details will always be taken care of. The advice: create as much comfort and beauty in your world as you can and pay attention to the smallest of details. This is a Pip card if I ever saw one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was just thinking that.
This is a Pip card.
now we found it. We found that Pip is the Queen of Pentacles. So there we are. There we are. The Queen of Pentacles. Okay. All right.
For those of you who don't know, Pip is T's
my
wonderful spouse.
my Kiwi wife. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we have the situation at hand. We have the obstacles. We have the advice. Okay, so this leads to the potential outcome. Where are we going with all of this? And flipping it over. All right, we have the 9 of Wands reversed.
Oof.
9 of Wands reversed. Okay.
Ouch.
All right.
I do want to show that the Nine of Wands is a very pretty card. Show it up right.
Let's see. Do what?
At least it is in this
Oh,
deck. In this deck, the Nine of Wands is very pretty. Um, it's a warrior with flame red hair, with a wand in her hand, just ready to go to battle.
okay. So the Nine of Wands, and I will only read the reversed meaning here. All right, that's pentacles, that's swords, that's wands. Okay, so we have Nine of Wands. Just going to confirm that. Yes, it is the Nine of Wands reversed. Okay, Nine of Wands reversed. Stubbornness, defensive, paranoia. A shadowy figure, bandaged and weary, holds a rose symbolizing perseverance, resilience, and the courage to keep going despite challenges. Reverse, the Nine of Wands exhaustion takes its toll, or the will to fight weakens. The reverse Nine of Wands warns against pushing yourself too hard or becoming overly defensive, urging you to seek rest and regroup before continuing.
And from the mystical manga, be prepared, be vigilant. Experience has shown that there is, in this situation, trouble brewing. Very likely it is some sort of ongoing battle or repeating issue or cycle, perhaps on the job, within a social group, or in a relationship. There is a weariness in this card, as if you're just tired of fighting the same fight over and over again. Unfortunately, unless something changes, it is a case of same stuff, different day. Reversed martyrdom, disloyalty, and stubbornness. To me, this, especially when it shows up at reversed, it's burnout. It's hard burnout. Um, so, what are we feeling right now with this reading?
Um, hmm.
And this might be one of those instances where we either draw more cards for clarity or we use another tool like we talked about last week. So either an oracle deck or a pendulum or something like that.
I'd prefer if we actually drew more cards. I'd like to
Okay.
give that a try. All right. So the situation in hand. Let me just come back to the Four of Cups. All right. So the Four of Cups. Reevaluation, apathy, or contemplation. The Four of Cups. Yeah, the Four of Cups. They said they want. Suggest a time of introspection and contemplation. Okay. So the situation at hand is introspection and contemplation. And then the King of Pentacles is about financial, about material. It's about materialistic gain, I guess.
Leadership.
Leadership
it's
through
leadership.
materialism.
It's fair, where it's upright. It's fair-minded leadership, and yeah, you have resources and you're not hoarding those resources.
It's basically benevolence. It's a benevolent benevolent leadership. With many
there is
resources
generosity
to share.
in that as well.
And then there's Pip. There's the Queen of Pentacles. And this card is about being able to take what you've got and making the most of it. It's about nurturing. It's about it's almost leadership through nurturing. Encourage you to cultivate your resources.
It's making the most of what you have and appreciating the small things.
Right. So while the King is about is about leadership through generosity and benevolence. The Queen is more about just enjoying the details and making the most of the details and
Mhm.
cultivating that. And then we
Yeah.
have the Nine of Wands, which is something of a warning about. That's the Nine of Swords,
About burnout.
about burnout. Um,
Hmm.
let's just see here. Um,
Let me see if I can find them in my other deck to see if it can also personify those aspects. Um,
yeah. So the Nine of
because
Wands is about
in
burnout. Okay.
let me see.
Hmm. I mean, the
That's
potential.
my
If they're saying the potential
sword.
outcome from all of this is burnout, I'm like, yeah, but I'm trying to. I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm trying to find the thread. I'm trying to find a thread here that applies to me and to anything I'm particularly looking at in life. And right now, nothing is coming to mind.
So, would you like my input at this point?
Yes, yes, yes. That's
Okay.
why you're here. That's one of the reasons why you're here.
Okay. I well,
One of the
I
reasons.
also want to make sure that I'm not overstepping as you're figuring it out.
No, no, no. That's
But
fine.
so this is to me talking about um overextending yourself. Um so in the Four of Cups, you're kind of looking despondently at what's being held in front of you, and you're thinking too much. You're overthinking it. Um and the King of Pentacles being in a place of an obstacle means that you are wanting to be helpful to a lot of people, and that is probably overextending yourself, at least financially.
Hmm.
um even though um even though you may think that you have enough time for it, you have enough effort for it, it is overextending yourself. So with the advice being the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles I often see as a gardener um who is enjoying the fruits of her labor.
Mm-hmm.
um so she is taking things in, and yeah, she's making the most of what's right in front of her, but she's also doing have you ever heard the story of Stone Soup?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Where so there's a wanderer, and he's like, well, I have this stone, and I can make a great soup from it, but everybody needs to pitch in. And um and so you end up making a great suit, and everybody who thinks, oh, I've only got so much, they bring that to the table to make something greater than what they all had individually. And the
Mm-hmm.
Queen of Pentacles is great about that, and about bringing people together to make something a lot more cohesive than all the individual parts. So in the advice, it sounds like in this metaphor that the advice is to lean on other people, because it's going to take all the different people and all their different puzzle pieces to make a whole picture of of the goal that you're going for, and that might ignite um some of the creativity that the apathy um is really holding back. Now, with the Nine of Wands reverse, normally the Nine of Wands shows up as a person who is like holding on to one staff. He looks like he's been through a fight and is just so tired, but has got the other staffs stood up behind him. He's been working really hard at it. So I think where it's reversed, it's saying, don't have the helium hand problem. Don't be the one who's saying pick me to volunteer for stuff. Let other people step up and help you. Otherwise, there will be a burnout.
Right.
I said words. I don't remember what I just said.
I mean,
so good thing that I'm editing the podcast.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I'll
there you
figure
go.
out what
you can
I
always
said.
you always get the reminder. For me, I'm. It's funny because I'm looking at the King and Queen of Pentacles, and maybe I'm projecting this, but I am seeing myself in Pip.
Yeah.
And I see that connection. It's more about the the situation at hand and the potential outcome that that I might be getting a little tripped up on, because I'm trying to understand the situation at hand. I'm trying to figure out what that situation in hand is. Maybe it hasn't presented itself yet. That is a possibility.
The other thing that I'm also seeing, where we have the two court cards in the middle, this could be one of those instances where we're pulling cards in a certain order and we're ascribing definitions to it,
Right.
but the cards are laying out in a different way. So if I look at this without those prescribed meanings in the layout of the cards, I see this as what the king is dealing with versus what the queen is dealing with.
Right.
So if we look at it from that perspective, the king, if you're personifying with the king could be dealing with a difficulty seeing the big picture, or a bit of, okay, I'm on the path. I'm not really excited about the path, but I'm on it. Kind of apathy. And the queen could be like, okay, I'm working really hard. I could use some help right now.
Right.
So that is another way to look at it.
Okay.
And sometimes cards present themselves that way.
This one I may have to, this particular reading I may have to ruminate on.
Yep.
You know, the last two have been pretty. I think the last two, or I think it was the last reading.
The last one. Go ahead.
I was just saying the last reading, really, landed hard. I mean, that cut close to home.
But it didn't land until after the stream.
That's true. That's true.
So just keep that in mind, that it may not always land until after the fact.
That's true. You're right. So we have a reading, and I'm gonna have to ruminate on it. But yeah, okay. This was an interesting one. This was definitely.
Did you have a tangent for today?
I do not have a tangent for today. I do not.
Excellent. I get to own the tangents.
You own the tangent. You therefore own the tangent, which means it may be a shorter episode, but you own the tangent.
Yeah, that's fine. So my tangent is about things that come up when you're doing the reading, and we actually had a few examples of that today. So as you're reading descriptions, sometimes songs or phrases from movies or something will come up. And so when I pull the Hangman, I always think of Paloma's song Upside Down. And when those kinds of occurrences happen, you want to take a listen to the lyrics and see what it brings up for you, because sometimes that can be really insightful. So today's songs that came up, you said Gold Digger for the Queen of Pentacles. Now I don't think that really fits the Queen of Pentacles, but it came up for you.
Yeah. Well, that's if it's reversed. That's if it's reversed.
Yeah.
Right.
And then The other thing that came up when we were reading the Queen of Pentacles for me was I think it's Green Day, the all the small things. All
Uh-huh.
the small things,
Mm-hmm.
true care, do. And then the phrase that really stuck out to me just after that was, "She left me roses by the stairs. Surprises let me know she cares." And that is very Queen of Pentacles and energy. Thank you, Blink 182. Thank you. I don't know my bands. It's fine. It's fine. Thank you, chat. Thank you, chat. Um, so those are things to pay attention to because they can be good ways to associate with cards, especially if there are cards that confuse you or um, keep showing up, but the meaning in the book doesn't quite make sense. But if you're hearing those phrases or thinking about those ideas, that may be something that your subconscious is trying to tell you through that card, to pay attention to.
Okay.
Um, okay, so my tangent wasn't that long, but I do have a list of songs that I'm working on. Like I have a spreadsheet of songs that remind me of different cards, and I'm gonna have to put Blink 182's All the Small Things next to Queen of Pentacles.
I I
Um,
don't think when I'm doing my homework or my readings or anything with the cards.
mhm.
Huh. I don't know if music ever really pops into my head. You know what I mean? I think I'm still I'm still I guess focused on understanding the
Mhm.
cards and what happens what is happening in said cards and I think I'm just kind of like in a zone. So I don't necessarily
Yeah.
associate music with cards. I don't think I do. So I can't say that. I think it's a very cool, almost like a secondary backdrop for when you're doing readings. I think that's very cool. I don't think I've gotten
Mhm.
that. I don't think I've gotten to that point yet. I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will because
Yeah.
because of my background. I'm very music affiliated, music oriented.
Mhm.
So I'm sure I could easily find myself tumbling down a rabbit hole without going, oh, this song reminds me of this card. Oh, this song reminds me of this card. So I could see that happening. I
Right.
could see that happening.
Is there a music deck? I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is a music deck somewhere. But I have not seen it yet. Um, but yeah, that's something that I pay attention to. So like Five of Pentacles for me is the song I've Got Friends in Low
Yeah.
Places. Um, Queen of Pentacles also, I have Bitch by Meredith Brooks, because she is kind of an encompassing character, you know. Um, so that's one that I've got written down. For the Three of Swords, because we did pull the Three of Swords earlier in my stream. I've got Whitney Houston's "It's Not Right, but It's Okay."
Okay.
Um, let's see here. For the devil, I have Britney Spears "Toxic." Um, and yeah, so it's a work in progress, but I have a whole spreadsheet and everything. um, but yeah, those associations, as you get more familiar, as you're doing more readings and you start to see patterns, your brain may make those things and just pay like you did the gold digger thing subconsciously
I did.
when you were reading the description. And so try to make those subconscious statements conscious
Okay.
is where I'm going with that.
All right.
Um because especially if you decide to start reading for other people, um that could have a big impact on them. Um And music is so powerful on so many different levels, from just enjoying the moment to evoking different emotions. And then for people with memory difficulties, it can bring them back to a different point in their life. It can bring them back to lucidity.
Hmm.
So there's some great power in music, and if you can use music and tarot, you can get some interesting messages across. um so yeah, Mind Killers does have a question for us if you want to answer it.
Do either of you have a card that feels like it best represents you? Um. Oh.
I think I described you as the Knight of Wands.
Um. Did you? I hang on.
I'm pretty sure in one of our recent episodes I described you as one of the knights.
Oh, Knight of Wands, courage, adventure, free spirit. Um, Knight of Wands represents action, adventure, and the pursuit of your dreams with fiery passion. This card symbolizes the drive to to make you move boldly towards your goals. It encourages you to embrace the spirit of adventure and to try. Okay, okay,
Like that is the T that I met all those years ago, and honestly, you're still there. You're just
interesting.
you're just more kingly than you were when I met you 15 years
I
ago.
That's a really good question because the funny thing is, and maybe this is because it's come up so much. Um,
Mhm.
I was the card that I felt like I was associating with the most, but that's not the different. That's not really the question asked.
Mhm.
It was more what card best represents us, and
Yeah.
yeah,
So like
I
this
would
is the
say
one
that
that
I would
I
say yeah,
associate with you, but
yeah.
what do you associate with yourself?
Well, I was actually going to say, at least in this deck, I was actually going to say the star, because I remember
Mm.
when I pulled that out, I was like, and then when I read it, I was like, oh, okay, and I was paying very close attention.
Mhm.
Um, the star urges you to maintain faith in your universe blessings, follow your inner guidance, attracting abundance and purpose, and that was what I associated with myself. Now,
Yeah.
but honestly, I didn't even well, and this comes from knowing the cards as well as you do. I think you're
Mhm.
right. I think the Knight of Wands is closer to where I that would be my idealistic look. And if you're saying that T Morris is still in there, then that's good because that's something I've been
Mhm.
wanting to get back to because I feel like somewhere I
Mhm.
missed a step. Somewhere in my life's journey, I lost that. But I do feel like it's been coming back more and more. The more I do, you know, uh, old spirits, and the more I get into the paranormal, the more I feel that. I feel that old
Mhm.
T Morris coming back. And it was
Yeah.
something that I wrote about when we the royal we uh, when I was filling out that grant. They were saying
Mhm.
what is the game Magic provided for you lately? What are you doing to and there was also that moment where um I was turning inward and I had to ask myself, okay, what am I doing for the Magic community? What am I doing that's different? What am I doing, or what am I doing in general for the Magic community? And I realized that right now I'm talking right now with the folks over at Mythic Hall about me running classes on how to play Magic, and then of course I do this stuff with the Mana Buds every Monday, and
Mhm.
it's those little things that it suddenly start they all start
Yeah.
to they all start to stack up, and I go, oh, okay, I actually am giving something back to the community, and again that ties back to what the Knight of Wands is all about, and so I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, maybe I am still in there somewhere, and I'm just currently working to get back there. So I would say yeah, maybe the Knight of Wands is who I am.
So
Yeah.
what card so far do you think is my card?
Okay. Let me look.
Because I will say that I had a ready answer that is no longer true. Um like I'm changing my phase of my life. And so I would have said the Hermit card if you had asked me like 2 weeks ago. Um but I
Hmm.
think I'm out of that phase now.
Well,
The
I remember anyway.
mhm.
There was a card that when I pulled it out, you're like, "Oh, I love this card. I love this card." And I remember when I was reading it, I was thinking, "I understand why she loves that. Why they love that card so much." And I want to say it was the 9 of Cups.
The Nine of Cups is a great card
Yeah,
because
satisfaction.
it's sitting in gratitude with
Yeah.
everything that you've gotten. And it used to be I just learned this today. It used to be called the Wish card.
Oh, okay.
Um Yeah, okay, here it is. In the old days, this was called the wish card. If turned up in your reading, it meant that your wish would come true. Today, we don't go in so much for wishes being granted, preferring instead to earn our blessings through hard work. The truth probably lies in the middle ground. You've made some good choices and the results are very pleasing to you. For this moment, at least, you feel like life is pretty darn good. I do like that card, but I feel like the card that I associate with in my current stage of life is the Chariot card.
The Chariot.
Um,
Oh, I've
yeah.
drawn the Chariot before. That
So
is. Let me look it up.
once the fool learned the lessons of his culture and practiced making decisions and dealing with the resulting consequences, he's considered an adult, a fully functioning member of society, like a teenager being granted a driver's license. The fool is ready to go into the world. Like all new drivers, he lacks experience, and it takes all his concentration to control the forces at his fingertips. He may feel clumsy, but he is definitely ready to move forward. For now, each step feels new as he blends the expectations, beliefs, and mores he has gathered with his personal experiences. Will he thrive in his current worldview, or will it disappoint him? For me, it's the act of moving forward, and it's the act of taking steps to drive my own course. I feel like that's a card that I identify with um right now in my life.
Okay, I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But that was the thing. I think it was I think it was the 9 of Cups. That was the one that I associated with you.
Hmm. Gotcha.
So there's that. So there's that. Oh, and I
Fantastic.
did want to say to WB about the music deck. I did want to say there
Hmm.
was. I'm assuming it's still in print, but there was a Starman deck, a David Bowie Starman deck, and I bought it. I bought
Yes.
it specifically for Pip, but it is exactly what it sounds like. It is images of David Bowie, different David Bowie and different things that
Hmm.
that he is. It is and it's called the Starman deck. And there's one more deck that I've been wanting to get, but I'm just waiting for it to go. I'm waiting for it to be reprinted. And let me see if I can find it. Adventress. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay, that's not necessarily it, but there's there. Why are they saying it's a musical artist? It's not a musical artist. They do gaming here. Okay, but it is on the Adventress. It's called Adventress. Avantris, and they're the ones that created the Crooked Moon, which is the D&D thing that I've been live streaming for the good folks over at Mythic Hall. And what they're doing is they've basically taken D&D and they're setting it in a Southern Gothic. I think that's the best way I can describe it. It's the Southern Gothic setting. You know, you're not playing necessarily, you know, elves and dwarves and all that. You're playing scarecrows and lycanthropes, and it's such a wonderfully rich world. And they actually had, for a brief time, it looks like they had a tarot set, and it's just breathtaking to look at. The downside is it's sold out, and it's been sold out. But I was told by the folks at Adventurous, they said, "Oh no, we're going to be reprinting it. We just don't know when." And I'm like, "Well, that's not really an answer, now, is it?" You know, but you know, just looking at the artwork, it's pretty baller. It's pretty baller, but it's done in that. I mean, the only way I can describe it is if you took Sinners and you put it in D&D. That's what it's like. And like I said, it's not necessarily a different game. It's still D&D 5e rules, but it's D&D 5e rules with this whole different, you know, set and setting, and you know, they even have suggested playlists, and it's all these beautiful bluesy. It's great. It's just great, and I would love to get their tarot set, but unfortunately, right now it is still sold out.
Alrighty. So I think that is everything that I had to say. How about you?
I think we've covered it for today. I think we've got, you know, we've got a thing. You know, we've had a very good reading. Maybe not as straightforward as some readings that I've done in the past. That's going to happen. It might make sense, you know, down the road. It might happen tomorrow. Who knows? But
Yeah.
I'm looking at what I got, and I'm like, okay, I see what this is about, and now it's just a matter of, okay, next week, what do we bring to the table next week? And we'll see what kind of reading we have next week. But as far as anything else that I would want to add, I cannot think of anything off the top of my head, so I think we're good.
Okay. And what do you have coming up for the rest of the week that you want to tell our joint chats about?
Right now, the only thing I've got on the plate is I'm going to be starting up my part-time job as a tour guide. I'm going to be doing all through the summer, probably up to October. Shocker that, but I'll probably going all the way up to October with I'll be giving tours of historical downtown Lynchburg, and it's part of the Haunted Lynchburg tour that is being started up. Well, not been started up. It's a thing at Ghost Stop, and they've hired me to be on as a tour guide. And at the time of this recording, I am not only starting, but I'm actually going to be doing the tour this weekend. So that should be a lot of fun. I basically take people around Lynchburg, and and I tell a few odd stories and spooky stories along the way, and it should be a lot of fun. I know that some things I would like to do. I'm going to give people the option if they want to talk to me about ghost hunting. They will, they can follow me back to the store, and I can show them some clips, from places that I mentioned and all this stuff. So we can do that. That's one thing I want to do. Not during the tour, because I've been told if you do that during the tour, you won't finish the tour, because you get lost in a deluge of questions and antidotes and things like that. So yeah, that's going to be something that I'm starting this weekend. As far as anything else coming up, right now it is the 5th season of Old Spirits. That's the paranormal show that I do on YouTube, and we are currently in season. We're in season 5, our 5th year doing this, and it's been an amazing ride. So that's happening as well. Right now, nothing else. I am working. I am working
Mhm.
at. I'm working very hard at making something else happen in October. I don't want to talk about it right now
Because you don't want to
because
jinx it. I got it.
because I don't want to jinx it. But I
Mhm.
am going to hopefully take it across the take it across the finish line, and if it happens, yeah, this is going to be it's going to be a good time. But I don't want to talk about it until we are a little more locked in, and that's really all I have on the docket right now. That's it.
Awesome. As for me, I will probably be doing some more work and lurks this week where people can join me for productivity or for doing puzzles because I found a puzzle website that people can that we can do as a community. Um, I have been making
Ah, there
dragons
we go. There we
and
go.
I've been making dragons with pride colors. So this is my non-binary dragon. This one is mine. You can't have it, but I will gladly make you one of your own.
There we go.
So yeah, getting ready for Pride with that. I am teaching beginner crochet um, in at the homestead in Hot Springs, Virginia on the 25th, I want to say. Hold on. Where's my calendar? Uh how are we in May already?
I know,
The
right?
23rd. So the 23rd, I will be teaching crochet lessons at the homestead, and then the 30th and the 31st, I will be doing tarot readings at the Heritage Festival at the C&O Museum here in Clifton Forge. So if you like trains, if you like cars, if you like crafty stuff, come see us. I will be doing readings there, and I have a special discount for readings that I do in Clifton Forge and Covington because I don't have to travel, so I don't have to add on anything for it. Um, so yeah. And that's everything from me. So, um, thank you so much for joining us. And that's all for us today. But you can catch us online for more fun, whimsy, and friendship. And until then, may the cards be ever in your favor.
Bye.